Have you ever looked up into the sky and wondered what those white streaks behind airplanes are? These mysterious sky signatures, often called chemtrails, have sparked curiosity and controversy alike. Some think they're simply harmless condensation trails, while others believe they're part of a global conspiracy, a secretive project involving everything from weather control to population manipulation. The term chemtrail is short for chemical trail, an idea based on the belief that airplanes are leaving more than just water vapor in their wake. The chemtrail theory suggests these lines in the sky are laced with harmful substances, designed to impact everything from the weather to our health. As fascinating as these theories are, they've been the center of countless debates, stirring up a whirlwind of speculation and intrigue. So we're here to lay the groundwork for a deeper exploration into this sky-high mystery. But are these theories based on fact? Or are they simply the product of misinformation and misunderstanding? Stay tuned as we unravel the truth behind chemtrails. To understand the chemtrail theory, we first need to understand what chemtrails are said to be. Now, the term chemtrail is actually a portmanteau, a blend of the words chemical and trail. It's used predominantly by those who believe that certain long-lasting trails left in the sky by high-flying aircraft are actually chemical or biological agents deliberately sprayed for undisclosed purposes. The believers argue that these trails are too persistent to be ordinary contrails, which are simply trails of condensed water from aircraft exhausts. They suggest that contrails dissipate quickly while chemtrails linger and spread, forming artificial clouds that darken the sky and affect the climate. Theories about the purpose of these chemtrails range from weather control to psychological manipulation, from solar radiation management to population control. Some even suggest they could be part of biological or chemical warfare. These theories often point to the opaque nature of these trails and the patterns they form in the sky as evidence that they are not natural phenomena. The belief is that these chemicals are being sprayed at high altitudes by unmarked or military aircraft without the knowledge or consent of the general public. It's a concept that has sparked countless debates and has become a hot topic for conspiracy theorists worldwide. However, it's important to note that the term chemtrail is not recognized by the scientific community, which views these trails as simply contrails, the result of normal atmospheric condensation. The scientific consensus is that these trails are harmless and are simply a byproduct of the temperature and humidity conditions at the altitude the aircraft is flying. So, in essence, chemtrails, as described by those who believe in them, are assumed to be trails of chemical or biological agents, sprayed by aircraft for unknown and possibly nefarious purposes, that linger in the sky and have the potential to affect the environment and human health. So far it sounds like something out of a science fiction novel, doesn't it? But let's delve deeper. Now that we have a basic understanding of the chemtrail theory, it's time to examine the science behind it. Often, what people call chemtrails are actually contrails, short for condensation trails. They're the white streaks that jet planes leave in their wake as they soar across the sky. Contrails are not a secret government conspiracy to control the weather or harm the population, but rather a natural byproduct of jet engine exhaust and certain atmospheric conditions. Let's delve into the science. Contrails form when hot jet exhaust cools rapidly in the cold upper atmosphere. The exhaust from a jet engine is primarily water vapor. When this hot, humid air meets the colder air high in the sky, it cools down rapidly, causing the water vapor to condense into tiny water droplets or ice crystals. These droplets or crystals make up the cloud-like contrails we see trailing behind planes. The appearance and longevity of contrails can vary based on atmospheric conditions. On a dry day, contrails might evaporate almost as soon as they form, disappearing almost as quickly as the plane moves across the sky. But on a humid day, they can linger and spread out, forming patterns that can stay visible for several hours. Some might ask, why do contrails sometimes form a grid pattern in the sky? Well, that's simply because of air traffic. The paths that planes take often cross each other, especially near busy airports or along popular flight routes. When contrails from different planes intersect, they can form a grid-like pattern in the sky. So, is there any truth to the chemtrail theory? Most scientists would say no. While contrails can have some minor effects on the weather, they're not part of a secret plot to manipulate the climate or harm human health. They're just clouds, formed by the same processes that create the fluffy white cumulus or the wispy cirrus we see in the sky every day. As we can see, the truth behind these white streaks in the sky is far less sinister than some would have us believe. With a clear understanding of contrails, it's time to debunk some of the most common chemtrail theories. First off, The belief that chemtrails are filled with harmful toxins meant to control or harm the population. Scientifically, this is improbable. The altitude at which planes fly is far too high for any released substance to reach the ground without being diluted beyond detection. Secondly, the theory that chemtrails are causing climate change. While aircraft emissions do contribute to greenhouse gases, contrails are mostly water vapor and have minimal impact on the climate. Another claim is that chemtrails contain mind control substances. This again is scientifically implausible. Any substance dispersed at such a high altitude would be too dispersed to have any effect by the time it reached the ground. Lastly, the theory that chemtrails are part of a secret global plot. Given the international cooperation required and the difficulty of keeping such a scheme secret, this seems highly unlikely. In the end, it seems that the truth about chemtrails is far less exciting than the theories would suggest.